Welcome back, fans and friends, for this upcoming video. I actually managed to find a bunch of 50s era vehicles, and so if you're sick of me doing them, that's too bad, because here comes another one. And this one actually is the one that I missed earlier. The Crestline Victoria, not Crown Victoria. This is the 1953 Ford Crestline Victoria, released 91. So I believe the other one was 71. So this is 10, 20 releases later. The 70th casting of this year. So is the paint scheme. The top, this actually looks almost identical to the other one. Remember it had been opened and that Impala was inside it. So anyway, nice to do the Ford Crestline finally. And so here we have the rather, usually it's 9800, but I guess for this one just 6000. 1953 Ford, you see there, and again 1953 Ford. I do like this logo. It is rather complicated, decorative, and obviously not the blue oval, which people are used to, so that's probably why they didn't do it. So far, I don't see any problem with the wheels. They like to not be round, the white wall tires, and severe defects with the rest of them. Fortune Plus, because of all the moving parts, the doors open, the hood opens, plus you see all the little plastic bits chrome painted that can fall off if you drop these things. Once again, 1953 Ford. The front of it looks really nice. That 50 aesthetic does look a lot like they could turn this car into something from Cars, where you have the animated expression, even though it's just a piece of metal. And you can see there the hood gap. Hopefully it does close further. If it doesn't, I usually display them with both doors open and the hood open anyway, so that won't really matter too much. Onto the back, exactly as everywhere else, 1953, and this unusual Ford symbol. That, by the way, for people who've never seen a car before, that's what the normal Ford symbol looks like. And onto the underside, I actually had it correctly this time. Choking hazard and the 60th day of this year, and the 15270R for the release. And then obviously repainting, like I brought it up before, they usually do repaint. I do have another custom Royal Lancer coming up, different than the earlier one. But anyway, that's not important right now. You just need to know. This is by Crestline Inc. from this year. M2 machine, obviously. Unfortunately, they don't, for some unknown reason, you have their Auto Driver series, you have their Detroit Muscle, and so on and so forth. But for these ones, it's not outlined specifically what series it is. All you know basically is its release. And obviously this is release 91. So they've done a bunch of previous releases, and then this car is one of 6 that follows in that release. So for example, Greenlight has, I did the Camaro from the most recent of their Muscle series. Unfortunately, M2 does not do something like that. And there you go, the hood popped open itself. That's how loose it is. See there the production number. Their cases, like I brought up before. This is the perfect beginner collectors. I keep saying, I'll stop. Collector series. Because they're not terribly expensive. The problem with M2 is you play the lottery on whether your Walmart is going to have something you want and not be open and or destroyed. So there you have it. The right door is already open for us. I will try to pull this door open here, nice and easy, which is great. There's the huge steering wheel, white seats. With actually, this is the contouring. You can see the background is different than the middle of the seat, which is not actually, I think that's the first time I've ever seen that in an M2. Dashboard is brown. You can just see the dials to the left of the steering wheel. Anyway, I'm going to start with the front, work our way back. I guess I'll just shut the door. It's really nice that they want to open rather than have me smash it open. So you can just see there, unfortunately, that hood gap is a production issue. It opens really easily, but then it'll do this now, where it's just going to close. We got a good look at the 239 in there. I will take a better look later on. Anyway, into the detail of the car. We have plastic inserts. I believe they're not painted over. They don't look painted over. I do believe it's a blacked out underneath the plastic. I want to see the eyes. The car. We do have lots of chrome in the front, over the grille, around, and it does use that Ford symbol rather than the blue oval. So there's that. It is fairly unique. Unfortunately, I am having issues with this. Samsung does not want to properly focus on the front of the car. So I will put it up there. You can just see that unusual, it's not horrible, that unusual non-standard Ford symbol on the front of the car, ornament on top of it. It does look like kind of like a rocket plane. And so I don't see any chips, any scratches. You see the nice skinny tires, the ones that I like, because they represent more than the drag race. You have a lot of stylistic cues. There's a door handle, 8V, which obviously stands for V8. This is, I believe, their flathead engine towards the end of its life. They introduce the V later on and then make some certain changes. And the door appears to be level, no issues there. Painting overall, I don't see the pearlescent paint. Top of the roof. And I do believe there's a little symbol there, but you will never see it the way this camera is. It's just the Ford symbol. So fans and friends, I apologize. Not on behalf of Samsung, but on behalf of this phone. This here is the exact same as this symbol here. Unfortunately, the camera is fighting me and it does not wish to play nice. Onto the back, you have again the Ford symbol. The cross bracing there, unfortunately, it's not painted the same as the bumper, which looks very nice. There is no inserts for those lights, it's just painted over. Nice and easy to see through the windshield. So the plastic of the windshield is a little bit bubbly, but better than nothing. I did not see, unfortunately, usually the Fords have. I do unusually see actually overhead shot. You can just see the red there, which I believe is the... It's just a miss, I believe. It's just painted underneath. The whole thing is not painted because there is no gap there. The trunk never opens on these things. And then the right side matching the left side. There we clearly see the V8. There's the Ford symbol, keyhole, door handle, inlets, I believe, for this type of wheel setup. Makes it really difficult to change tire, but it looks really nice. And so far, unusually, I actually don't see any issues with the wheels, which is great, because these M2s, you play the lottery that 25% of it's going to be done poorly, which is one of the wheels, and then you have to just play the guesswork. But this one actually, for the most part, looks really nice. Anyway, onto the 239 before I take it off the base. And there you have what the flathead V8 looks like according to M2. It does look very nice, although it does look like a house, complete with chimney, as is the engine. Was designed, I believe, in the late 30s, so it continued on for almost 18 years. Obviously not originally, they did make improvements. Such a long-lasting thing, you have to make it work, or it will not work. There's just the front where the grill is, the radiator, and the camera going out of focus. I will just take that time to take it off the base. Like I said, I'm just happy to say I've managed to find one off the shelf. And like I said, great for beginning collectors M2s, but play the lottery. Plus, a lot of these people nowadays, like me, I was not around absolutely when this car was released, almost 30 years later. Me, not the car. But yeah, you have to get an appreciation for it, and then you play the lottery that every Walmart you walk into has something you want. Like basically everything. They could have things on sale at Walmart, one Walmart that are not in an area of another Walmart. So here's the undercarriage of the car. Unfortunately, I don't believe... No, I apologize. It does say everything here in very tiny lettering. 1953 Ford Crestline Victoria, which is great. One of the few vehicles I have seen where they put everything, like green light. Usually they don't put what the entire thing is on the underside of the car. And you can see there, 2024 Crestline. This one says 09024 and then the 15270R. I remember reading 6 unless I am dyslexic. That is a 6 to me, not a 9. So it's just a minor thing. The car not being overall matched to the date of production. And we'll just check it again. And that is clearly a 9, or if you're fancy, an upside down 6. But I highly doubt the number in the middle is different than the numbers around it. So that is the major difference between that. Says 690, the other says 60. Anyway, no wheel wobble. You can just see the spacers there. So when they put the drag tires, these spacers will be gone because the wheels are wider and they are unnecessary. And there you see the spacers too, but they use a wider pin because these wheels are wider than these wheels. You can just see it there. That's just how it's done. Anyway, give it the roll test. Rolls very well. I apologize. Camera is now in the center and on the far left. Rolls extremely well. No wobble, no whatsoever, which is great. So I believe this is one of the better 1950s versions of the cars I've bought. Like I said, all 4 tires don't appear to have too many issues. I do like the hubcaps. Not unique, but definitely show-offish. Showroom ready. Anyway, fans and friends, I will stop gushing over the car. This is Thomas from Toronto, bringing to you the 1953 Ford Crestline Victoria from M2 Castings, the release 91. Thanks for watching, and till the next one.